Alrighty, so now I'm actually feeling confident enough in my abilities that I feel like I can do like sort of a long form video on this and give you some best practices because prior to this I'm kind of shooting in the dark. I don't really know what the best way to do this work is, but I'm feeling pretty confident about it, so I can give you some tips. First of all, the biggest tip that I've found personally with doing this specifically for the post material, because with the post material I can't actually like stretch anything, because this part from here to here, there's no way for me to stretch anything. Like with the other posts, like with these posts specifically, it's very easy because there and there I can just stretch it in between it, and it, you know, it lays as flat as it can on that. With these other ones, like down around in here, it's a lot harder to, because, you know, this is just getting stuck to, and that's really, you know, the best that you can do. So wear gloves and change them out often. If you get residue or glue residue on these gloves, change them out. And the reason for that will be apparent in a little bit. So it's the day after where I glued and pressed everything into this channel right here. So now I can sort of get this a little bit more in line with where I want it to be as far as actually like laying on here and, you know, getting it to the shape I need it to be at. So finding relief cuts. So obviously anytime that you have to make a bend, it's going to cause this thing to have ripples in it, because, you know, fabric isn't meant to do that. It's, you know, it's much happier just going straight. So we actually have to get this thing able to be bent a little bit, and pretty much like pressing it into the position that you need it to. You can feel where it's binding up, and then you can just make a little cut like that, and you should be able to feel it, like, you know, now it's able to hit its form a little bit easier. Don't go crazy with that stuff, because at this point right now I don't know where the exact end of this is going to be. So for now I just need to like make some preliminary little indent or cuts in there just to allow me to work it a little bit easier. But I'm going to take these guys off too. But for now, that's going to be good enough. So my cutoff for where I want this to fold over and the headliner to end and this to begin, if I can just look and reference the other side, yeah, it's basically right here that I'm just going to fold it under. So let me just get this off. So yeah, I'm going to have to fold that under. But before I do that, actually what I have to do is put contact cement all over here and within this inner channel right here, and actually, or the outer channel and the inner channel. And actually I need to make it so this thing doesn't go and gets out of here. So actually I need to, let me just get this guy just clipped into place just lightly, just so that it holds a little bit, so I can at least get this area glued up, and then I will clip probably up here and then work my way back down. So still using the contact cement, the DAP permanent stuff. That's what I've found through my travels of looking online. That's what everyone seems to have the best success with. Another thing that you kind of want to keep in mind here is that, being that this is going to like sit exactly on the surface here, anything that is sticking on the surface, you need to make sure that it's off. And the surface is like, not like, if you want to be super fastidious about it, you know, remove the old glue and do all that, but I don't really care about that, because I just don't That's more work than I want to do, but at least make sure that when you're doing this, anything that would show up underneath it, like this right here would, that right there would for sure. Let's take a little razor blade and just clean it up a little bit. That should really be all you need to do. Otherwise it'll show when you press it down. So, let's start gluing this. Make sure it's not on the other end of that too. On the underside of it, that's not very good for it to be on either. So we're just gonna slop this shit on here. All over. And the nice thing about this stuff is that it's workable for a little while. And if I need to work it a little bit after the fact, all I have to do is heat it up and it will become tactile again and I can work with it. But nice thing about this being previously worked on is I can see where the factory had its glue, so I can kind of see like that's where I need to put my glue. So let me do the outside edge here real quick. Oh man. So this actually, I'm having a really good time doing this. This is a lot of fun. And everyone, like, yes, it's difficult, but it's not like, oh my god, like you totally have to give this to someone else to do. Which is what a lot of people are saying, and I'm like, it's not that hard. Like, just be careful and take your time. It's really not that difficult. And have a heat gun. And we'll get into that in a little bit. Definitely have a heat gun. So, okay. Let's get you kind of sort of into place here. So we're going to bring you, get you off here. We're going to bring you up like so. And we have a little bit of play here because a lot of this is going to be covered up by the hinge cover. So we have a little bit of leeway. Let's do our fold over here. Make sure that we are even when we do it. So that's about right there, yeah? Look good to you? That's straight? Yeah, it's straight. Alright, let's clip you on. We're just going to work our way down. That looks even to me. Alright, so we got a lot of excess there, so we'll just cut you off. And the thing is, like, I got a whole box of these razor blades, but when cutting this vinyl, like, this shit goes back, like, the razor blades lose their punch, like, really, really quick. So I've changed out more razor blades doing this than I have wet sanding stuff. I'm just gonna get a little bit on the inside of this, because I gotta fold it over. There we go. But yeah, if your razor blades are not operating how you want them to, like they're starting to lose their punch a little bit, just get rid of them. Like really, like there's no reason to hang on to them. And being that this right here is a little bit difficult, I'm just going to hold it for a little bit and allow the glue to set on there. And yes, there is a ripple right here, but I can actually work that out pretty easily by removing these, reheating that, and pulling it in. Because I'm going to pull the rear of this. Alright, it's already starting to set. Just give it a little bit more time. I'm actually going to pull in the rear of this headliner again when the hinge covers are on, just to, you know, work out any old issues there. I'm starting to get some glue on my gloves here, so I'm going to have to change them out. And the reason for that is that when you're pushing up against this and you have old glue on your fingers, it'll transfer to the material. It won't look so good. Needs more time. Alright, this is a good opportunity for me to change my gloves. So I'm going to do that. Oh. Might as well just bring the box over here because I'm going to be using it quite often. I also want to say YouTube's been kind of screwing me a little bit lately because there's been people commenting on these videos and I wasn't getting notifications for it. So I had to actually go into the Creator's Studio and, you know, look and see how many comments I got that weren't responded to. So I did that last night. So I've been responding to shit that, you know, was like 6 months old. And I apologize for that. Because, you know, it's very, you know, anyone who thinks enough to comment on these videos, I definitely want to take care of you. And I want to make sure that if you have a question, I can answer it. If I can answer it even. So I'm sorry about that if you're one of those people. I didn't mean it. I'm very sorry. So anyways, let's keep clipping down the edge here. So there's obviously a little bit of stress there, so we're just going to cut that off and get it to come on, buddy. Oh shit, come on. Yeah, this razor blade's starting to get a little shitty, so so actually, just take a look here. There's a little bit of a ripple forming there, so I'm actually going to heat it up a little bit. So this vinyl obviously has, I'm going to say melting point, but it's the wrong term for it, but it can handle a lot more heat than the perforated headliner, like that stuff. It can handle a lot more, but it still has a breaking point where adhesion, where it just starts to like bubble. But, you know, heating it up a little bit makes it so much easier to work with, and literally all I have to do is press it down and fold it over, and it gets to where it needs to be and takes care of those ripples. And I actually need to do this with two hands. One hand to pull it in and the other one, there we go. And now that ripple that was there is now gone, so I can keep moving. There we go. Perfecto. This is going to be a little bit more difficult, but we'll get there. It'll work itself out. And that little rip that's forming right there that I'm not too happy with, that should be covered up by this. Right? Yeah, thank God. Got lucky on that one. Alright, so there's some stress here, so we're going to relieve it. There. Now it's easy. And I forget where I glued to. Let me actually check. Okay, I'm just going to glue the rest of this. Because the thing is with this stuff is that it's advised that you set it on there and then give it like 10-ish minutes to get tacky. So actually like slathering this shit on here right now is the right thing to do, even though I'm not going to get there for a couple more minutes. But getting it on there ain't a bad thing to do. But I'm just going to go about halfway down the pillar and then do the other half once I get there. I'll just make sure the underside of this. Actually, I'll glue the underside of this area as well. Now I could very well use the spray glue in here, but I just like using this stuff. And the spray glue is definitely a little bit more messy than this. And more toxic, it seems. Like, that stuff stinks. This stuff stinks, sure. I don't feel like I need to wear a respirator or anything like that. Like, it just sort of, you know, works. And I likes it, so. Alright, that should be good enough for my progress I need to make at the moment. You guys enjoying this? I figured I'd make a long form one because there's so much that needs to be covered with these videos, or with doing this sort of work specifically. There's just so much information that I had to learn by doing, and that was the only way I could figure it out. Alright, so we're just pressing that glue down. Actually, I'm going to give it another toot with this, just to make it a little bit more easy to use. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. So we press in towards there and then clip her down. And I'm being very, like, I bought a shit ton of these, so you could tell I'm not being Spartan with these. I am using as many as I can. Alright, so now I'm starting to get into here. And there's going to be some ripples that will develop. But if we just push them out... Actually, what's causing you to ripple right there? You know, anytime I find a point where it's like getting a little bit difficult, just do one of those. Do one of those. Can't hurt. I'm just going to rub you out. Gross. This is falling down a little bit. I'm going to have to re-glue that. Doesn't look great. But, you know, we can get to that later. It's not a big deal right now. What is this? Oh, it's just a plug. Okay. Yeah, this bit. Did I get the outside of that? Let me just check. I'm actually moving much faster than I anticipated. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm not... well, actually, not faster than I anticipated. We just haven't gotten to the difficult part yet. That's coming as soon as we get to this little bend here. Then it starts to get a little bit weird. Okay, so now I have glue all the way down until the bend. It's good to know. Alright, let's work. Also, I think if I use the spray glue, and then I heated it up, I don't know whether or not it actually, my hand's okay? Yeah. I don't know if it would actually become tacky again. I actually don't know. But I want to take that chance. And notice when I'm doing this, I'm not holding it. I'm moving it around. And I'm not doing it for that long. There's no real sign that shows you that, like, oh, it's getting, you know what I mean? Like it's hitting its limit. Just, you know, be careful. That's all I can say. Just be careful. And this stuff, I think I might actually be able to tug a little bit of these ripples out of it. Maybe I just need to actually do the opposite. Tug it this way. Not sure. Right, let's back off a little bit. Try this again. See, this stuff is workable for a little while, so doing this sort of stuff, completely okay. Alright, and I've just got some glue on my glove, so I'm going to have to Change them out. Because now we're pressing. That's the thing. Like all the guys I've seen who've done this, none of them talk about wearing gloves, and it's so damn important. Like, if you want to keep your material clean, like, you gotta wear gloves. All right, so if I tug this way, does that come out? Yeah, it does. Okay, good. All right, good to know. We just need to do that. Yes. Okay. Good. So what I just did there is, ripple's still kind of there. But, you know, you just tug places and just see what happens. Like, what happens to the material? What happens to the fabric? Does it get easier to maneuver? Like, what happens to it? That's the way to do it. And that's not. Still that ripple there. When in doubt, heat it out. Now let's see what you want to do. I think what it is that it wants to actually, and might need to glue the interior of that, because it wants to, what it should be doing is laying flat on there, but I don't think there's any glue to adhere it back in there. So let me take a look. Yeah, there really isn't. Alright. So you guys, we're thinking as we go. Moving and working. Let's just get you all glued up in here. Be very, very generous with this stuff, because why not? It's not going to bleed through the fabric. Jessie is pissed. It's my doggie. What is she pissed about? What is she so mad about? Damn, she's pissed. Let's get all the glue off of there. Get it all in there. That should help. How's my hands? Dry? Yeah, for the most part. Whoa! Now how are we doing? You like me better? Yeah, it likes me better. Yeah, it likes me now. Cool. So it'll actually just get better with time, because it'll start to get a little bit more sticky as time goes on. Much, much easier to work with. But this one right here is being a little bit of a jerky jerk. So that's the thing about doing these pillars, like I was saying before, is that it's difficult because I can't stretch it between 2 points, because it's actually supposed to be in. It's not supposed to be going over anything, you know, so I actually have to make sure this is all glued into place. It's actually flush against the body versus the other stuff. I might just have to spray some of that spray glue in there just to get in there. I think I might just have to. Let's say screw it. It is what it is. Needs must. It's not operating in the the way that I want it to. Not yet, anyways. We'll get there. Where are you? You're all the way up there, huh? Okay. Okay. Oof. I hate using this stuff. It freaking stinks. God. Alright. I will use this as an opportunity to change gloves yet again. Ugh. And then press it on a little bit later. You know, if you just do these videos, you don't have to worry about editing. Because there's nothing to edit. Because all the content is good, right? Let's go. Alright, that's... Yeah. See? That's all she needed. A little bit of convincing. A little bit of it's gonna be alright. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, stay where you need to stay. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Mikey's got you. You gotta talk to it. Like, hey, I know you're upset. I know you want to ripple. I know things aren't going quite your way, but you know what? Together we're gonna make it work. Together everything's gonna be alright. Don't worry about it. Get this a little bit more pliable. Okay. Good enough. Let's keep on keeping on. Do the rest of this. We'll move pretty quick. I'm pressing this way. If you notice, I'm doing that. I'm trying to push everything to the clamping point because I can't move that, right? So I can't make that any tighter. I can only make this tighter. That little bit is still just a little bit of a bother to me. What's the matter with you? Maybe I can tack it from over here. Yeah, I can. Cool. That's how I'll do it then. It likes it that way better. Whatever. Whatever works. If I have to re-glue that, I'll re-glue that, but I ain't stopping. Because we're looking good thus far. So we're going to keep going. Alright, we're starting to get a ripple here, which means that a little bit of a stress mark right here, so we're just going to relieve that stress. Forgot, my PT saw what I was doing right now. She'd be pissed. Like, why are you putting yourself in these weird positions? And that's actually an excellent question. But god damn it if I don't enjoy this stuff. You gotta do this stuff, man. Like, yeah, I'm in treatment. Yeah, I'm trying to get my back right. But doing this stuff convinces me that, you know, I can still have a normal life. Even if I'm going through this sort of treatment that I'm going through. I can still do normal things and be Mike with all his myriad of projects and cool stuff that he does. I can still be me. Okay, so now I can glue this. So let's glue that. And then we will be dealing with the most difficult part of this whole thing, which is that bend right there. And it sucks. And I hate it. Maybe this one will be easier. It's always easier the second time you do these things. And go a little bit further down from this edge right here, because that's where we're going to be gluing to. So gotta make sure that we got material on there for it to stick to. There's little dents in this. I guess somebody was really rough loading shit into this thing at some point. There's little dents in the area there. Poor guy. This thing's had a hard life. You know what? I'll take care of you. I'll be good to you, baby. I hope. Alright. Got some schmutz on my hands. Especially important now that your hands are dry or clean, because now we're doing a lot of pushing and a lot of pulling and not so much shaping. So it is doubly important that you're good now, because you're going to be touching that material a lot. Alright. You know what? I should do the outer edge of that too. And I'm not sure, like, this is going to be an underpiece for another piece that's going to go over there and cover it up, so I don't have to be exact as far as where I decide I want this to end. I don't have to be exact. I just know this sort of general area that I want it to end at. Well, that's good enough. I hope I don't run out of material. I wanted to always have it like, if I have to buy another yard, that's fine. I don't give a shit about that. I just want it to be right, you know? That's all I care about. There's another yard of this shit. Whatever, it's worth it. Now this is the problem area. One, there's a ripple in here that's been in here since, you know, I started, but there we go. Yeah. But yeah, this is the more difficult part of the process. See, this razor blade's actually already starting to lose a bit of its oomph. For some reason, man, cutting into this stuff, it don't like it. And this, I'm actually just going to press it down. I will be working this quite a bit, but actually no, I should try and get this in first. Yep. Oh, there's a nice one forming right there. Oh boy. Oh boy, but if I pull down on it, what happens? It becomes better. Alright, well, let's get this shit sort of roughed in place first, and then we'll worry about the rest later. That's a little bit of help, don't you, buddy? There. Jumping up. Oh. I just want it roughed in. Just want to take a look at it. So I think I can just cover up a lot of my sins by going this way. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm a liar. It's still there. Are you gonna be my new pain in the ass? Oh, fuck this. Forget what I said about roughing it in. Let's give it a little bit of love. It's coming out there. Uh-oh. Coming out of your home a little bit there, buddy. Go back to your home. Oh, shit. I have to re-glue you. Yeah. I'll just re-glue you later. Ain't a big thing. Oh, starting to go away. So look at that. Ugh. That razor blade's done. Is there glue right here? There should be. Should definitely be some right there, if there's not already. Oh, likes that better, it looks like. Okay. Well, maybe I'll clip you guys in later. Maybe I was making it a little bit too tight. It just needed to relax a little. That's probably what it was. Let's hit you again. It's like not liking that part right there. There. Yeah, give it a little bit less stress. There's some stress right there too. Right there. You can put your finger on it and you can feel the tension. And that's really what's going to tell you. Alright, I need another razor blade. Oh, shit. I almost fell. Not cool. I'm going to have to stand up and take a break in a little bit. There. Likes that better. How are we doing with this? Alright, it's getting there. I think I might be missing glue over here. Because it's not holding its shape as nice as I want it to. Seems like it might need a little bit of reinforcement right there, but the rest of this looks okay. Like that's pretty damn easy to get right. It's very, very simple from there on out. It's really not that hard. There might not be anything up in there, because it should be holding its place. I'm just rubbing it. It almost feels like I'm doing tank decals or something. I'm just trying to rub out all the bubbles. Which might be actually what I'm doing. But I'll get there. It's getting there. I just think I need to put something in there. The nice thing about this stuff is that I can do exactly that. And I can take it off and put it back on, and it'll stay nice and tacky. But I think I'm going to use this opportunity to douse the entire section again, just because now I know where my issue spots are. It's all right in there. Okay. That's my second bottle of that stuff, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break in a second. Back's not It's getting stiff. And I think anyone in this situation will be getting a little stiff. Actually, I need to trim this edge right here. So it's ugly. What are you doing? Thank you. Jeez Louise, man. Tuck under. Anyways. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right, I'm gonna go stretch. All right, it's set up a little bit more. It's looking better. So, it's getting there. It just needs a little love. And a little bit of respect. You know, people want to be treated right. Give it a little douse of this. Okay. I'm getting happy. I'm getting happy. Actually, I'm just gonna. There we go.
Thank you for the hat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Lord. Looking good. Now what's causing you to ripple? I think it just needs a little bit of heat. When in doubt, heat it out. Yeah. That's all she needed. Now it's working out. Getting this underside glued up. See those tiny itty bitty little rips right there? That's what this is really good for. It relaxes them, and then you just sort of press them in, and they'll disappear once the glue hardens. And that is why it's very important to wear gloves for this specific part right here. See? All gone. Cool. So, I am happy with that. I'm going to keep coming back to this just over the next couple minutes, and just keep massaging it down like this and pressing it in, because the longer I do this, and there's still a little bit there that I don't really care for, but it's all right. Why aren't you being nice to me? Why are you being difficult? Why are you being mean to me, man? I don't need that in my life. Positive vibes only. Bothers me right there. That's fucking bothering me. What do I do? Well, I think this video's gone on long enough. I'm going to basically keep repeating the steps that I've been doing, and if I have to take some of these off, pull it off, re-glue it, and then press it down and do that again and again and again in order to get those ripples out, that's what I'm going to do. But that's the basics of it. Thanks for hanging on. I hope you guys learned something, because I am always learning something. But yeah, I just want to get this part right here a little bit better, because I'm still not quite happy with that. And then I'm done. And I'll show you more stuff later. Thanks.